Hello friends, my name is Cindy and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get this look, which is my everyday go-to look for running errands, going to work, sitting by the pool, or going to the beach. It's super quick and easy while still looking really great. So if you want to see how to get this look, just keep on watching. Okay, so I've already moisturized my skin with the Skinfood lettuce and cucumber watery cream. This stuff is great for oily skin and the summertime. It's just really light and feels great on the skin. And then I'm going to go in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay BB Tinted Moisturizer. This has SPF 20 and I'm going to mix that with the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation. And I'm just going to take a little bit of each and put it onto my fingertips. And I would say that I probably use a bit more or slightly more of the BB moisturizer than I do the actual foundation, because what this does is, so the foundation, the e.l.f. foundation is supposed to be a full coverage foundation and it's pretty matte. And then of course the BB tinted moisturizer is just a tinted moisturizer, so it's really sheer. So what this does is it shears out the foundation and it gives it kind of this nice satin-like finish that basically just looks like skin. So what it's going to do is it's just going to even out my skin tone and give me just a nice base that just looks like skin, looks like my skin, but better, which is what we're looking for. So I'm just going to mix that up with my fingertips and then put it on my skin. And I'm gonna go right in and mix it in. And if you don't want to use your fingertips or your hands for this, you can use a sponge or a brush, but I found that doing it this way, A, it's super fast, and B, it just melts into the skin a lot better. For the edges, I go in with a foundation brush and just blend that down my neck, just so everything looks blended and even, and blend it into my ears as well. After that, I go in with my concealer, and for that I use the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade medium. And I'm going to apply that using the applicator just in the under eye area. A little bit right here in between my eyes on my forehead, but I don't go too high because I'm not trying to highlight my forehead because I feel like I have a giant forehead, so I keep that pretty low. Right above my Cupid's bow and here. I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Beauty Sponge and I'm just going to pat this all into the skin. And when I'm doing this, I'm using pouncing motions. I'm not dragging this across my skin at all. I'm not dragging or tugging. I'm just pouncing and pressing this into the skin. Going to go in on my eyelids as well to cover any veins or redness that is above my eyes. And since I feel like I can still kind of see some shadows underneath my eyes, I'm just gonna go in with like a little bit, just a little bit extra. Okay. Looking good. Now we are ready to do the brows. I'm going to do brows next, and first I'm going to go in with the Benefit Gimme Brow, and this is in shade 3. And I'm just going to comb this through my brows. I really want to try Glossier Boy Brow. I've heard it's really good. If you have it, then let me know what you think, because I am considering getting it. And then I'm going to go in with the Benefit Foolproof Brow Powder. And I'm just going to give my eyebrows some shape, because I'm the type of girl where I don't go anywhere without brows. Nowhere. I just can't. I just feel like my face, I just look so weird without eyebrows, because like I don't have a lot of eyebrow hair naturally. So I almost look like bald. I don't know, it's weird. Like a new woman. And then I'm just gonna go in with a fluffy brush. This is the Luxie 522 Tapered Highlight and the Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder. And I'm just going to set my eyelid, the concealer on my eyelid, and just barely set underneath my eye. Just a teeny bit of that powder. And I am just tapping this on. I'm going to do the center of my face as well. After that, I just go in with whatever bronzer I plan on using on my face, and I'm going to use that for a shadow. And today I'm using the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Blends and the Morphe M441, and I'm just gonna swirl my brush in there and then put this into the crease area. And I'm not being like precise or anything about this. I'm not being precise, I'm just kind of messily putting it in there just so there's something to give the eyes a little bit of definition. And then I'm gonna go in with my Morphe M321 and the aLamar Cosmetics palette. I love this palette. I got this in my BoxyCharm. And I'm just gonna go in with the highlighter shade La Costa, and I am going to highlight my inner corners of my eyes. And then above, or right below my eyebrow on the brow bone. We're going to go back in with our bronzer, and we're just gonna blend that on the lower lash line. And of course, you can always skip this step if you don't want to do it, but I find that it just gives my eyes some definition. So now I am going to bronze the skin using that same bronzer and just a big fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M551. So I have a lot of Morphe brushes because they're super affordable, and I find that they're really good. They do shed, especially this guy. This guy sheds a bit, but I still love him. Then I'm gonna take a smaller brush. This is, I don't know, this is a brush by Mally. I've had it forever. I think I got it in like a BoxyCharm or something at some point. And I'm just going to contour my nose slightly, not too much. And if that looks a little too harsh, which it might be looking a little too harsh right now, I don't know. I just go in with that fluffy brush that I used earlier and blend it out, or just kind of like pat on top of it. So it just has like, I didn't put anything additional on this brush, but it still just kind of has a little bit of that pressed powder from earlier. And we are bronze. Next we're gonna go in with blush, and I'm gonna be using the Balm Cosmetics in the color DownBoy. And this is just a really pretty, youthful pink. And I'm gonna mix that with the LA Girl blush and just Peachy. To apply, I'm going to use the Morphe E3 brush, and I'm just going to go back and forth like that and put it on the apples of my cheeks towards the back of my face. And I'm a blush girl. I love blush, so I'm gonna put it a little bit on the high points of my face. I'm gonna put a little bit on my forehead, a teeny bit on my nose, and a little bit on my chin, just to kind of pull it all together. And if I feel like I went a little overboard, which I tend to do with blush, I go back in with the same brush that I used to apply the pressed powder, and I'll just kind of blend it in. For highlight, I'm going to go in with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Luminous Light. And the highlight brush that I use is the Morphe 3-1. Looks like this, it's just kind of a little powder brush. And I love this highlight because it's just so natural. It just looks like you have like an inner glow happening. I'm gonna put that on the high points of my cheekbones. And a little bit on my cupid's bow. If you want, you could put some down your nose or above your eyebrows, but for me, I find that I get really oily in those areas, so within a matter of a couple hours, that part of my face is going to be glowing anyway, so I don't need any extra glow there. Next step is carving out my cheeks, and I find that this step is so important because when you're putting on bronzer and blush, like this part of your face can like start to like look muddy, and you kind of lose some of the definition in your face. So I use a loose setting powder for this, and you can use any loose setting powder. The one that I'm using is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. And I'm gonna go in with the same beauty sponge that I used earlier, the L'Oreal sponge, and I'm gonna use that flat side. A little bit of powder, and I'm just gonna pat that and totally cover that side, but you don't want any clumps on there. I mean, it doesn't really matter. And then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna just carve out my cheeks. And I'm going to leave this here to bake. And I kind of start, you can see like an angle down from the tops of my ears. Just have hair in the way, but it's kind of in that space, and then I go all the way down to my mouth. And then at this point, if you feel like there are other places in your face that you need to bake, this is the time to do it. I sometimes will do like a little bit here in the center, which I'm gonna do today because I've been really oily right here lately. So I'm gonna just apply some powder right there and just down the center of my nose. And a teeny tiny bit. And when you're doing this, make sure to kind of like rub it off on your hand first, get rid of any excess powder. And I'm not gonna go right under the eye here, but a bit below it, because I don't want there to be like too much creasing. And I found that loose powder lately in my under eye area just kind of makes that look really dry and creepy and gross. So I've been keeping away from the under eye area with loose powder. Oh, while that is baking, I'm gonna go in with my mascara. The Wander Beauty Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara. And I'm gonna use this guy for my bottom lashes. And for my top lashes, I'm going to use the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Lash Extension Mascara. And I always do multiple coats because I always want my lashes to look as big as possible. Especially on days where I don't wear lashes, which today is one of those days. Okay, so now I'm gonna wipe away that powder. And look at that, it just looks so much cleaner now. Final step is, I don't know, I just said it like that, is our lippy. I always go in with a lip liner first because it just makes any of my lippies last longer. And I love the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liners. And today I'm going to go in with the color Canes. And I'm not only gonna line my lips, but I'm also gonna use that pencil and fill them in completely. Sorry if you can hear my dog snoring in the background. He's sleeping right behind me, and he's a French bulldog, and he is just so snory. So, yeah, sorry. Now that I have the lining done, I've filled my lips in with that lip liner, I'm gonna go in with Revlon's Ultra HD Matte Lip Color, and this is the color HD Embrace. And I'm just going to apply that on my lips. And then after I apply that, I always blot. I just find that it will last longer and it will move a lot less if you blot after. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blot, and I'll be right back. Okay, and I actually want my eyes to look a little bit brighter, so I'm gonna go back in with the aLamar palette and grab that highlighting shade again. And I'm just gonna add a little bit more to the inner corners, and I'm gonna bring it up just slightly and into the inner corner of my eye. Just a little bit. I just want to brighten up my eyes a little bit more. Give them a little bit more of a pop. There we go. Yeah. That's better. Okay, so final step is setting spray, and I'm gonna go in with the NYX Dewy Finish. And don't be scared of this, my oily skin ladies. This doesn't give you a dewy finish. It just doesn't. It also doesn't give you a super matte finish. I don't want a super matte finish because I do want my skin to still just look natural and somewhat glowy, even though I have oily skin and it can get gross fast. I find that it just helps to set the makeup and hold it in place, and it doesn't make it oily, but it also doesn't make it matte either. So here we go. Alright, so this is the final look. My everyday for going to work, the beach, pool. It's super simple, easy, fast, and lasts all day. It's great for oily skin. So please let me know what you thought in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you next time. Bye. So this is the Snorri boy. His name is Marv. And his eye is swollen right now. We're like working with the vet to try to figure out what it is that he is allergic to. That's why he's a little swollen, poor baby. But do you hear him? He just snorts and grunts and makes all kinds of pig-like noises all the time. And I love him so much. You know how cute he is. He's such a good boy. Oh, such a good boy. He loves to lick your ears, but look at him. He's so cute. They're just baby boy. They're just baby boy.